I like to think of them more as our arrows.
Welcome to MsMojo, and today we're counting down our picks for Hailee Steinfeld's most recognizable roles, in contrast with those that are generally less remembered.
I have come to take you back to Fort Smith.
Number 5. That was her, When Marnie Was There. Hailee Steinfeld has done her fair share of voice acting over the years, but the English dub of this Studio Ghibli film was her first foray into the world of animation.
In my dreams, I saw a girl just like you. Dreams.
She plays Anna Sasaki, a shy 12-year-old who spends the summer away and begins to learn more about herself and her background after meeting a girl named Marnie. It's quite a different role from the eccentricity and comedy we've come to know Steinfeld for, but she embodies Anna's quiet and restrained nature in this really wonderful, down-to-earth way.
Excuse me, anybody home?
Although it's a pretty unexpected casting choice in hindsight, it's one that just works.
Feels wonderful.
Number 5. Stole the show. Spiderverse Saga.
Hey guys.
Wanda?
It's Gwen, actually.
Oh, you know her. Very cool.
I'm from another dimension.
I mean, another dimension.
Here's one of her voice roles that isn't so unknown. As Gwen Stacy, Steinfeld is quippy, full of energy, and a force to be reckoned with.
Shoot, I have to go.
Really?
Yeah, I forgot to get my steps in. Really wish I could stay longer. I'm sorry. Goodbye.
The trilogy takes its time developing Gwen and her relationship with Miles as it changes and strengthens. There's a depth there that Steinfeld manages to bring to the forefront with delivery that is consistently on point, and even the quality of her voice alone feels fitting for the hero.
All right, people. Let's start at the beginning one last time. My name is Gwen Stacy. I was bitten by a radioactive spider. And for the last 2 years, I've been the one and only Spider-Woman.
It's no wonder then that this isn't the only time she gets to play a hero, but we're getting ahead of ourselves. Number 4. That was her, The Keeping Room.
Why is it so hard when the only thing there is you and the rabbit?
Taking place during the American Civil War, The Keeping Room follows 2 sisters and a servant as they fight for their survival and their home. Fair warning if you've never seen this one, it's not the easiest watch, and we don't find ourselves sympathizing with oppressors for protagonists.
Can I stop?
He's all going to.
I was asking my sister.
Despite this, Steinfeld excels at evoking all the emotion and complexity that the setting demands, as well as that resulting from the distress these characters face.
But you killed him. That right?
The Western drama genre is not one we would have imagined Hailee Steinfeld readily fitting into, but she does so with grace and nuance. Number 4. Stole the show. Bumblebee.
There's a whole chapter in here about how people who smile more often actually have more friends.
It's unbelievable.
Steinfeld's Charlie Watson is a lot of fun, and a good match for all the action and heart of the Transformers franchise. Despite Charlie's goofiness and juvenility, Steinfeld masterfully lets the weight of the teen's grief simmer just beneath the surface in a lot of scenes.
I could just get it to start up again. He would hear me.
We also have to commend her performance considering how often in the movie her only co-star is an Autobot. It's especially noteworthy how the actress manages to turn any moments that might be cloying on the page into natural, flowing interactions.
What have you done? What were you thinking? What? I told you to hide in the garage.
It makes the film that much more enjoyable overall. Number 3. That was her. Ender's Game. This is one of those movies you'll finally get around to watching way after its release, only to find that you recognize pretty much every actor on screen. In Hailee Steinfeld's case, it's a bit of a shock to see her look so much younger.
Supposed to report to Bonds in Madrid.
So you're the replacement?
Ender Wiggin.
Capture Arcane. Only girl in the Salamander army with more balls than anybody else in this bunker.
You might have been equally shocked to spot Sex Education's Asa Butterfield alongside her, but we digress.
We will drill a hole through the swarm. Petri, you'll only get a second.
That's all I need.
In this military science fiction film, we're taken far into the future and far into space for a story about leadership, war, and morality. Steinfeld portrays Petra Arcanian, a student and commander who takes the protagonist under her wing. It's a unique choice for her, but she embodies the part well nonetheless.
Where'd you learn all this?
I had a brother.
Had?
Had.
Number 3, stole the show, Hawkeye.
Nice to see you again, KT.
That was in your mouth.
As one of the first characters in the Marvel Cinematic Universe to take on the mantle from a major player, there was a lot of pressure. Kate Bishop had to be likable and strong, and also share some of Clint Barton's qualities while still being her own person.
Oh my God, you're Archer.
Hawkeye.
Clint.
It's the branding issue, I'm telling you.
Yeah, sure.
A lot of this is down to the writing, sure, but the actor makes or breaks the character in the end. Luckily, Steinfeld brought personality by the bucket load to Kate Bishop and made her someone we want to root for, even if it means saying goodbye to an old friend.
Why would I ever want to use a boomerang arrow?
Because they come back.
Exactly.
Yeah, well, if all trick arrows were boomerangs, then we'd have them all.
Coming back at us.
You'd have to dodge.
Number 2, that was her, True Grit. For having been just 13 years old here, Steinfeld knocks it out of the park.
Could I hire a marshal to pursue Tom Chaney?
You have a lot of experience with bounty hunters, do you?
That is a silly question. I am here to settle my father's affairs.
She's more than believable as Maddie, a headstrong farm girl who teams up with the dodgy Rooster Cogburn to seek revenge on the man who killed her father. Since this was Steinfeld's theatrical film debut, you're forgiven if you forgot she starred in this one. She strikes a spectacular balance between steadfast precociousness and the endearing awkwardness that stems from Maddie's age, which is a really impressive line to toe.
There's a posse of officers up there who will force you to go.
Well, that is interesting news. And how many is up there?
Right around 50.
Even if you're not into westerns, Steinfeld's performance is a must-see.
Well, perhaps we could double back over our tracks and confuse the trail in a clever way.
Number 2, stole the show, The Edge of 17.
Maybe nobody likes you.
Nadine's got problems. She's not the most admirable character, but she's not supposed to be. Steinfeld portrays her with almost too much authenticity. There's nothing sugar-coated about this girl.
You're bald, and you know what? You know why you're not married? Because bald men are gross, and they're disgusting, and especially the ones that make $45,000 a year.
She's insecure, makes bad choices, and generally believes the world is out to get her. She's also a love letter to adolescence. We can't help but see the realistic decision-making from a 17-year-old who's lost the two people in her life keeping her afloat. Steinfeld brings humor, angst, and her special brand of sincerity, making Nadine a lot more digestible and relatable than she might have been otherwise.
I didn't mean, like, completely bald, by the way. It's smart what you do there, too. You kind of, you know, I don't know, do you poof it up a little bit? Give a little zhuzh.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications.
Number 1, that was her, Arcane. While fans of the show will probably be able to list all the voice actors off the top of their heads, first-time viewers likely won't recognize Steinfeld as Vi on the first watch. Vi is rough around the edges, much like some of Steinfeld's other characters, but she's also a total badass, with too much resolve for her own good.
Powder, you're stronger than you think. And one day, this city's gonna respect us.
This is a girl who's been to prison after all. She's resilient from the burden of tragedy beyond her years and the weight of having to grow up too fast.
We were here, we saw what they did. I grew up knowing I'm less than them, that my place is down there. I want Powder to have more than that, and I'm willing to fight for it.
Steinfeld brings all of that to life beautifully, but also seems to soften her hard edges with an undeniable likability in her line delivery.
Your problem is never knowing when to shut up, but I'm gonna help you with that. Ready? You see this look on my face? This will always mean it's time to shut up.
But
Number 1, stole the show, Dickinson. As Emily Dickinson herself, the actress shines brighter than the glow of the moon and all the stars. Sorry, we'll leave the poetic lines to Dickinson, but the point still stands. Steinfeld summons warmth and realness in her portrayal of the Victorian-era poet.
I never imagined how heavy it could be. And the whole time I've known you, you've been carrying that weight.
The latter was known for not quite fitting the mold of what was expected for Victorian women, and who better to depict this whimsicality than Hailee Steinfeld?
Flap past it. Flap past it to the farmer's corn. Then eat of it and die.
The humor and frankness she brings to this sapphic narrative have been widely praised, as has the entire series. If you haven't gotten around to this one yet, it's well worth the watch.
I'll be there in a minute.
You said that an hour ago.
Cool. Yeah, it's just I don't know what kind of ghost etiquette I might be violating.
What's your favorite Hailee Steinfeld role? Let us know in the comments.
You came in second. Yes, exactly. Nothing like that can happen again, understand?
Do you agree with our picks? Check out this other recent clip from MsMojo and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.